nursing bone.
I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you that I needed to record this.
Nope, it's okay.
Okay.
Um, in the center is Dr. Lisha Helm, and she is a family medicine provider at Hershey Medical Center. And she volunteers X number of hours a month, as many as she can. And she also has been instrumental in us getting the Food as Medicine program. She wrote a grant, so the people, I think it's 4 times a year, the medical students, because not only is she a provider, but she's a professor. So she brings her students and they hand out boxes of fresh produce to our patients. So they'll in the box, she'll have healthy stuff, fruits and canned goods, probably veggies and stuff like that, beans. And then they will go and buy produce and put that on the top. Whatever's in right now, that's what they'll go get. So sometimes there's carrots and celery and cucumbers and tomatoes. Sometimes there's zucchini and, various other things like that. And then they always provide recipes, which I like, so that if you don't know what to do with the veggies, you're not going to throw them away. So she's been very instrumental in that. And as our medical director is ready to retire, we're hoping she'll be our next medical director. She really believes in the clinic and what we do. And Javon is the gentleman on the right, and he was just accepted to Penn State Hershey School of Medicine, so he will be a doctor. So he volunteers. None of these people get paid. And then here was our big poised for growth question. How will they know we're here? So we went to Messiah College, Professor Hagenbusch, and he agreed to advertise that we were looking for a marketing intern throughout Messiah's campus. I don't know how he did it, but we ended up getting Josh Scott, this kid in the picture, and he's not even in Dr. Hagenbusch's class, but he was interested in nonprofits, and he came over for an interview, and he has been outstanding. If you read his little thing that he says there, he grew up privileged. He had no idea about any of the things that, people deal with trying to find insurance. But he has just been a blessing to us. Um, there's something else I wanted to tell you about him, but I can't remember what it was. Anyway, we will lose him in 1 more month, so we have him working away on just he's so creative, and he got a computer for Christmas. He asked for this computer specifically to help us, and it must cost thousands of dollars. It's some kind of Mac, one of those things, and he brings it in and creates the whole world in front of us. So while we're asking the question of how will people know we're here, we got a grant from Impact Harrisburg, which was, I think it was COVID money, I'm not sure, but somehow it worked its way down to the counties, and there were Impact Everywhere grants. So we got an Impact Harrisburg grant, and specifically it's for marketing. So it couldn't have worked more perfectly with we just got Josh and we just got the grant. So he helped us. We are in 400 of the 800 CAT buses in the capital region inside. So if you're sitting on a bus and you're looking up at those cardboard advertisements, we're on 400 of those, 400 of the 800. We have a Cumulus Broadcasting contract. We did our very first advertisement in the Berg, and within 3 days of that being released, we got a new board member who saw the ad and said, I'm interested in what you do. And he's a professor from Penn State Harrisburg, who is now working at a nonprofit. And he said, I love what you do and I want to help you. And he has equity, diversity, and inclusion training, which we needed. So hooray. So we just feel God just watches over this clinic. Just can't explain to you how many things, move like this advertising thing did with Josh. We just feel like we're just blessed. The other thing that we got was we got a sign for the outside of the building. We've been there for 7 years and we don't have a sign because it's St. Paul's Church and you have to be careful when you put a sign, because if it has lights, the light can shine in somebody's window. And then there are requirements from the city of Harrisburg about that and how big it can be and what size it can be and everything. So we are getting a small sign. I don't know if we decided to not light it because it was more hassle than it was worth. But the grant, this Impact Harrisburg grant, really just helped us get a lot of things rolling. And then on the next slide is some of Josh's work. So to the left, that is the ad from the Berg. So that's how we, that's what we put in the magazine. And then to the right is one of the rack cards. So they're like a heavy duty, what would they be, 6x9, 6x12? You know, you put them in doctor's offices in those little plastic things. So we did Arabic, we did Spanish, we did English, we did Nepali and Nepalese, and one other language. So then we have another intern, and she is going to deliver them to some of the doctor's offices that are in the Harrisburg area, and to what's the other place we wanted to, oh, the international grocery stores, because we were figuring newer immigrants would possibly gravitate to those types of stores looking for, you know, items they're familiar with. And I know my friend's husband is from Africa, and he goes to one of those stores because he likes to eat goat meat. And you can't buy that in the store, but you can buy that frozen at an international grocery. So I'm like, hey, where's that store? We want to put some of these cards in there. But so we also have 2 volunteers who are Coptic Christians from a big church. I thought the church was in Mechanicsburg, but I think the girl said it's in Hershey. Huge Coptic Christian population, and they're Egyptians, and they all speak Arabic. So we have 2 nurses who speak Arabic, which is fabulous. Yeah, so there you can see one of the rack cards. And this young lady with on the left at the bottom, that's Morgan. That's our paid intern. She is doing a college degree that has to do with working with and for nonprofits. I don't exactly get what the name of the degree is, but she needed to do an internship at a nonprofit. So it's a paid internship. So we'll lose her and Josh right around the same time. And then this is something that Josh created, which was to go on the side of the outside of a bus. He's just an amazing visual artist, is I guess what you call it. And then our last one is, how can you help us? So volunteers are needed, non-medical and medical. Invite us to share what you already did. If you guys are looking for a one-time service project, sometimes we need a group of like 5 or 6 to help us with a mailing, come and address envelopes and help us get a mailing out the door. We are in need of somebody to do beautification out back at our little flower garden. We had a group from St. Stephen's Cathedral who came for years, and that family has moved away. So now we don't have them. So they decided to buy us shelving instead, and leads us to the next one, sponsor specific need office supplies. We are finding out that paper, I guess, has gone crazy in price like everything else. So just for us buying paper can just be, you know, an expense. You can purchase a table or ticket for the gala. So I will forward information to Father David about the gala so that he can publish that info in your bulletin. And we're also looking for service certificates or gift baskets for the auction. Sorry, you guys, my allergies are really bad today. And then we have Deb's phone number there and email if anybody wants to reach out to her. And I would say at this point, if anybody has any questions, just call her. She's great. She's on vacation right now. She's on a well-deserved vacation, but she'll be back on the 12th of April, and would be happy to hear from anybody who's looking for some kind of project. And that's all I have, ladies.
That's a
Hey,
lot.
yeah, that is a lot. I have a really quick question. Going back up to those placards or whatever you call them, the
The rack cards.
The rack cards, thank you. So is anybody going to try to get those to offices? Because I know you serve, what, the Tri-County area?
Dauphin, Cumberland, and Perry.
Yeah, so would anybody be able to get them like into Cumberland and Perry offices as well?
They need to.
I just thought of that.
Yeah, they need to. I need to put that on my list that we,
I mean, I don't know who would do that for you.
but we might have a volunteer who lives up there. You know, we have volunteers come from pretty far, and we might have somebody, or Morgan, our intern. I mean, we could give her some specific sites there. That's a good idea, Sherry.
Okay, yay, once in a while I have one. And then I have another question. What do you mean by service certificate on your
So
last?
Yeah, a service certificate is I'll do 2 hours of yard work or house cleaning or tree trimming or any
Okay,
kind of
got it.
service. Yep, whatever you
Okay.
do.
And that's to auction off at the gala. Okay, all right, great, thanks.
Didn't
Yeah.
we have something like that at St. Luke's one time? There was some kind of a tree and we put things on it and people bought the ticket off the tree. I think we did it. It was years
Oh.
ago.
Okay, we might have. I don't remember that, but I'm sure it happened. Yeah, that's a good
Huh.
idea.
Okay. Well,
Well,
you've
thank
got
you.
this. You got this. You, Sherry, and you know where to find me. And you know, like I said, anybody can reach out to Deb or me, whoever you want to. And if anybody has questions about this or Father David, just give me a buzz.
Okay, well, thank you.
Well,
Thanks,
thank you.
ladies. Take
Thank
care.
you so much for you. And it's good to see you, Sherry.
You
and
Yes,
Lori.
you too. You too, Elena. Take care.
Okay, you
Bye
too.
bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.